I guess we'll have a couple of screens going. But
Yeah,
if you had to choose, if you got one screen, what are you flipping to?
Nebraska at Colorado.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got to see it now. Hey, it's must see TV. The dude has done exceeded expectations at this point. He's done blown all the expectations out of the water. And we're going to go into this game, but we'll talk about Dion here for just a second. But Dion and Travis Hunter and Shador and Shiloh have stole the show, man. They are through one game. They're the Cinderella story. Um,
they're the
but there
center of attention. They're at the center of attention for college football.
there is no
Nobody's
doubt about it. No doubt about
nobody's
it.
paying more attention to anybody or any other program, more than Colorado and really Deion Sanders. I mean, he's at the
Yeah.
center of at center stage. Once again in his football career. That's amazing.
Well, he's got me excited, and I saw something really funny the other day. Somebody said, "All right, here, long." It was a hot take, is what it was. They said, "Hot take: Shador gets drafted #1 overall by the Arizona Cardinals, and Dion takes over that sorry ass franchise." And he's the coach. And wouldn't that be so fitting? And it's like, you know
Wow.
what? That's so crazy that it actually kind of makes some sense to me. But we won't put the cart before the horse. Let's don't wish Dion out of college football just yet, because
Yeah.
he's adding a spark. Only Dion could have gone and done what he did. I'm hoping that this doesn't cause other teams to try to do something like this, because there's only one Dion, and he's been like this his whole life. Um, he's a master marketer. Um, he knows how to market himself and his abilities, and in turn, he knows how to market it for these guys. But um, you know, on the other hand of that too, it definitely seems to me like Dion is making some enemies. And what I mean by that is, first of all other college football teams are going to be sick and tired of hearing about Colorado by about halfway through the season.
Hmm.
Everybody's going to feel slighted. Everybody's going to feel like, why are they talking about this team still? And they're going to be ready to kick their butt. And they don't have a good defense. They're going to give up a lot of points. But also, have you seen how Dion has treated the media so far? I mean, it's almost, and I hate to draw these comparisons, because I'm not like trying to, obviously talk politics or anything, because I could give a shit about that. But he's almost got like a Donald Trump approach, where it's like, I'm about to talk to you like you're 3 years old, and
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do it in front of everybody, and I'm gonna put you out on Front Street. Well, who votes for the Heisman? About 800 reporters do, and every person who's won the Heisman that's still alive. So, with all this being said, is he helping Travis Hunter get the Heisman to his crib, as he would say, or or is he hurting him? And I don't know the answer, but I am
Yeah.
I am interested to see how this develops, because at some point he's probably going to need to lay off a little bit on the reporters. Um, but I've got a feeling he's not, and it is interesting. It makes him interesting, and it's very marketable, and it makes me want to watch his press conference. I mean, you don't typically say, "Man, I got to go watch this press conference." I mean, maybe you do after a loss. I'm guilty. I watched Dabo Sweeney's press conference after his loss, because I had to see how he reacted, and now I'm going to do
Oh yeah.
the exact same thing to Dion, because with all this bull junk that's been talked, as he would say, now I want to see how the reporters are going to treat him when it is a loss, and with him being a coach not for that long at this level, at some point he's going to make a coaching mistake in a game, and they're going to play some close games this year, and it probably is going to cost them a game. So I am interested. This team's not going to the playoff or something, but they're going to exceed expectations, it looks like. I think the goal right now needs to be bowl game. And I think if they can get to 6 wins, I think it's the most miraculous turnaround we've ever seen in college football.
Especially with this schedule. I mean,
Yeah.
they it's a tough tough road for them.
Yeah.
I could see them getting to 6. They gotta win against Nebraska, though, in my opinion. If they're gonna get to 6, they've gotta
Nebraska's
win
got
this
a good
week.
defense, man. Did you see their
Yeah,
defense?
yeah,
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And you're talking about that schedule. So they beat TCU, got Nebraska at home, Colorado State at home. I think they'll win both of those games. But Nebraska, I don't know, man. It's kind of a
yeah.
coin flip. I think it's going to depend on Jeff Sims. If he's got the turnover bug again, then Jeff Sims needs not throw the ball anywhere towards Travis Hunter. Okay?
Yeah.
Stay the hell away from him. You need to know where that guy's at all times, and everybody's been put on notice on that, I'm sure. But, do not throw his way, man. Jeff Sims is not accurate enough to throw to his side of the field. But, you got at Oregon on September 23rd, USC at home, 9:30. Oh god, that's must-watch TV.
Yeah.
And then you got a week off, you're at Arizona State. That's a easy dub. Stanford, I think that's an easy dub, but Stanford's offense is gonna grind them into a meat grinder. Um, at UCLA, that's gonna be a shootout, no doubt.
Mhm.
Oregon State, that's not a gimme at all. Oregon State will probably beat them.
Yeah.
Um, Arizona, that's actually probably gonna be a pretty good game. I think people are gonna figure out about Washington State this weekend a little bit. They've got a pretty good quarterback, and they're not bad. Um, and then at Utah, yeah, very tough
Probably a
schedules.
loss.
I
Yeah.
think the exceeding expectations is 6 wins, and that's,
Yeah.
like, miraculous, right?
But, I mean, you look at the schedule and it's like, yeah, but they could get to 7, honestly. Like, it's
Man,
very
that would be
doable to get to
unbelievable.
7. It would be.
Hey, I'm here for it
Um,
too. I am totally here for it. I wanna see it. They
yeah.
don't play the Georgia Bulldogs, and they're not gonna play the Georgia Bulldogs this year, no matter what. So I could care less. I wanna see them win every game they can. So I'm totally cool with it and here for it. But
Yeah.
man, we're seeing things that we've never seen before in college football, and it's thanking heavy part to do with the transfer portal. Um, and Dion is sure leaving his mark, man. And it's fun times to
I
watch, no
I
doubt.
I do wanna say, though, you know, Dion's kinda taken the spotlight, right? It he obviously wants to stay in that spotlight.
Right?
The way that he's gonna do that is by how gracefully he loses. Inevitably, he's going to lose. Um,
Yeah,
how does he handle the media when he does? And I think that that's gonna dictate his favorability amongst fans. If he's
yeah,
um, throwing his players under the bus, or is he taking some accountability? And really, I mean, in the locker room too. I mean, he's got to, you know, take care of his team. And I'm
yeah,
not saying that he's not going to, but that's something that I'm looking at and just kind of forecasting. Obviously, he's
yeah,
going to have probably at least 6 opportunities to address the media after a loss this season, and how does he handle that? That's gonna dictate whether or not he's able to kind of build this momentum and continue to snowball it like he has so far.
yeah. We just don't know. He's been so unpredictable. It's like, is he gonna come in the press conference and a player have a bad game and him be like, hey, pack you so and so needs to pack the bags, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
we don't know. I mean, that's what he came in and he told the team on day one. Told him, said, "Hey,
Yep.
you know what? You're more than likely most of you are not going to be here." And when we started paying players, you know, that's kind of what we invited was them being treated more like employees, and that type of stuff is done in corporate America all the time. I run a business, and it is that way. Sometimes it's like it's just a reality, and I'm going to tell you the truth right now. Most of you are not going to be here. You're not going to make it. You know, so let me help you get where you need to go, and that's a part of reality. But it wasn't part of the sport up until a couple years ago, really. Um, and Dion has brought that uh, professional sense to his team, but also has got the camaraderie. Yeah, I can't wait to see how he reacts, man. I have no idea. I legitimately have no idea. And college football and these coaches, it's like a soap opera every week, man. You just don't know what's about to happen. And that's why
Yeah.
we're all such sycophants about it and can't get enough of it. And that's why we're shouting into a microphone on YouTube. Um, let's keep it moving here. We could talk about Colorado all day because it's the most one of the most interesting things that we've seen in college football lately. Other than Georgia winning, going for their three-peat, and it's going to be a while till Georgia plays a good team. So I think Colorado is going to keep the headlines for quite a while.